Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 220. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper, which you can check out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and I invite you to click on that link on the Facebook side. Join me on camera, shoot the breeze, share information, promote yourself, promote your business. That would be awesome. Also, if you could share this out so that more people here in Durham can know what's happening, that would also be awesome. Okay, let's start out with the word page. That is the government and nonprofit information page. I want to remind you about these American Red Cross classes. They're really great. They're not free, but it's a great way to learn how to save a life. Some of the classes are online only, some are classroom only, and some are a combination of the two. They have all these different kinds of classes: CPR, the different types of first aid, and then the online is like first aid for severe trauma, cat and dog first aid. So anyway, check it out at your convenience. The online only classes, by the way, are a little bit less. Well, actually, they're a lot cheaper than the in-person classes. But don't worry about it. Just see what pertains to you, and just see what classes you're interested in taking. Learn how to save a life or lives. Okay, let's see. There are other programs and services, by the way, that are being offered by local nonprofits, the city of Durham, and also Durham County. So again, explore the word page at your convenience when you have time, and then see what programs you can connect with. If you're interested in buying a house and need help with the down payment, if you want to join the rest of us on the sewer system and get rid of your septic system, if you live in let's see, what is the area? I should know by now. Let me see if I can find the program real quick. Let's see. There are so many programs on this page that I cannot even find it. Let's see, the Durham Down Payment Program. Oh, here it is. If you live in the Northeast Creek watershed, I should know that. After hanging out with 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟, I should know that. That should just spring to mind automatically. Anyway, if you want to learn about these programs, also if you need help paying your water bill, paying your electric bill, just check out these programs that are listed on the word page. Okay, let's see. The Durham County libraries are all open until 8, and that does include Bragtown. Now they reopen tomorrow at 9:30, and then Bragtown will reopen at 10. Let's see what's happening with Durham Tech Small Business Center, which is downtown, the Chesterfield building. Let's see, Durham Tech. Now they have reopened, so they are having in-person classes. I don't have any in-person classes to list for today, but there are some online classes that I will continue to list. These classes are being offered by community colleges across the state. They're totally free, so I should just keep listing them so that you can get some of this great information for free. So there's 3 classes I'm going to list. Here is one, SOSNC and your charity or nonprofit, from registration to fundraising. So learn all about that today, later on, from 3 until 4:30. Here's another one, Network of Women Small Business Owners. That's going to be tonight, 5:30 until 7. And again, you just click on the link and register. Here's the last one, your small business taxes. That's going to be this evening from 6 until 7. Okay. Oh, SCORE has something going on. Let's go to SCORE. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot to mention reinvestment partners. Now, it is tax time. So if you need help, if you are a low to moderate income taxpayer and you need help getting your taxes done for free, then Reinvestment Partners has the VITA program. That is the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. And they're totally knowledgeable. They can help you with your taxes. Now, you can only go on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Now, Tuesday, this will be at the Southwest Regional Library, not at Reinvestment Partners, unless you cannot. Now, if you cannot download the forms that you need, you can pick them up at Reinvestment Partners on Gear Street. Otherwise, you will be heading out to the Southwest Regional Library on Shannon Road. This is on Tuesdays, 12:45 to 3:45. The next session will be on the 28th, so that's next week, okay? And then after that, every Tuesday through April 4th. So it is not too soon or late to set that appointment, because this one is by appointment only. So you definitely want to check that out. I have the phone number for you to call, and I also have the links that you need. Okay, let's see. Now back to SCORE, the Service Corps of Retired Executives. They also have free webinars for entrepreneurs. So there's going to be a free workshop. This is going to be tomorrow, just letting you know in advance, from 1 until 2, Small Business Cash Flow, Understanding Money Management, right there on the Word page. Let's go to the health page, where I have your COVID-19 test and vaccine updates. Also, where to go to pick up the free at-home COVID-19 tests. Let's see. Now, the American Red Cross is having a blood drive tomorrow, so let me tell you about that one. So tomorrow, the American Red Cross will be at Durham Academy on Ridge Road from 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. And I think Blood Connection is also going to have a blood drive. It's today. So the Blood Connection, they will be at Fuel Fitness from 3 until 7. And that is at 105 West Highway 54 in Suite 271. Okay, and HELP is open tomorrow. HELP is the Health Equipment Loan Program. This is where you donate items you no longer need, like wheelchairs and canes, that sort of thing. They totally clean them off, and then if they need to be repaired, they can do that too. So if it doesn't work quite right, go ahead and see if they'll still accept it, and then they can in turn loan them out to people who need them, especially people who do not have health insurance. It's really hard to afford something like a wheelchair. So if you want to donate or take out something, then this is going to be tomorrow from 10 until 2 at 4206 North Roxborough Street, Suite 100. So it's Tuesdays, and then also Fridays from 1 until 5. Okay, let's go to the health events page. Let's go all the way to the top of the health page. Click on the big blue button, and let's see what is happening today. Let's see. So the Kids Can, this is a new, now there's Kids Can, and then there's been Kids Can Teens. Now they have Kids Can Tweens and Teens program for young people ages 11 to 18. This is run by Duke, the Duke Cancer Center. And this is for young people whose parents, guardians, grandparents have cancer. So this is something where they talk about their concerns, get some tips. They're going to have some Black humor and just, do whatever they have to do online from 6:30 until 7:30. I have the phone number and the link so you can get that Zoom link. Okay, now tomorrow, the long-term care community support group for people who have someone living in long-term care. This is going to be online, and this will be from noon tomorrow until 1:15. This is also run by Duke. Let's go to the senior page and see what's happening at the Durham Center for Senior Life, 406 Rigsby Avenue downtown. They've reopened, they're serving lunch. They have all these great programs. Everything's free membership, etc., etc. So let's see what is happening. So today, with it being Monday, that means that the Aging with Pride group, the LGBTQIA+ seniors, will be meeting today from 4 until 5. Now, there's a bunch of things happening tomorrow. Let me see if I can find this. Let's see. Yes, so a very special information session. It is called Bull City Physical Therapy, Joint Replacements, Prehab, Rehab, and Long-Term Success. You don't have to register for it, but it will be tomorrow from 12:30 until 1:30 in the theater. Also happening tomorrow from 12:30 until 1:30. And again, you don't have to register. Oh, you do have to register for this one. This is the February birthday celebration. If your birthday is this month, celebrate it tomorrow with cake and songs and just hanging out and having fun from 12:30 until 1:30 at the Durham Center for Senior Life. Also happening tomorrow, let's see. Let me make sure that I don't skip anything. Okay. Oh, TED Talk Tuesday, right. Okay. So if you're interested in learning about tech, okay, tomorrow they will have something called TED Talk Tuesdays with Ted Rogers Jr. That's why it's called TED Talks. He will be talking about tech issues tomorrow morning from 9:30 until 10:30. And you do not have to register. Just show up. And I think there's one more thing. I think there's going to be open mic tomorrow. That's always fun. 11 until noon. That's tomorrow. Try out some of your favorite songs, your favorite poetry. Work on if you're doing stand-up comedy, work on your routine. Should be lots of fun. And that's tomorrow, 11 until noon. And you don't have to register for that. Now, let's go to the Garden Shed page. There's something very, very good happening tomorrow. I see Guy, our cook, is waiting in the wings. He'll be interested in this, although he's not in our area. But maybe there's something like this happening in his area. So the Durham County Extension Master Gardener Volunteers, they're hosting a very wonderful free workshop. I cannot wait. This is going to be tomorrow. Fruit Tree Pruning Workshop tomorrow morning from 10 until 11 in the Briggs Avenue Community Garden, which is right around the block from my house. So this is a free event. You do have to register, though. So Kat Causey will be teaching how to prune, when to prune, and what to consider before making that first cut. So it's going to be tomorrow morning from 10 until 11, and I will be there for sure. Okay, let's see. Let us now go to the Let's Go page. That is the calendar of events page. Let's scroll down to 20 very quickly. Now, I'm going to start out, yes, New Visions of Africa Restaurant. They do this every single weekday from 3 until 6. They give away food. If you are hungry, they have these prepared meals. Just give your name. They will hand you something to eat, which you can enjoy right outside at their picnic table, or you can take it home. And of course, they are served by the 5 and the 5K bus. Also, there's going to be a beautiful Caroline daily recital at Duke University Chapel. You can enjoy it on Facebook Live. You don't have to actually go, which is great because, parking is at a sort of a premium on campus. So this is going to be on Facebook Live this evening from 4:59 exactly until 5:20. Okay, the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Heritage Center, they're having their Heritage Rhythms African Dance classes this evening. An in-person event at the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Heritage Center from 6:30 until 8 upstairs in the Chuck Davis Dance Emporium. There's a $10 fee, and it's going to be a really fun event. Speaking of fun, Marvis Fun is going to have her online Stay Well virtual line dance class, which is online from 7 until 8, and that one is free. Now, as you know, it's the third Monday, and that means that it's time for the Durham City Council to have their regular meeting downtown City Hall from 7 until 10-ish. So you can watch in person and participate, of course. And then, they've got the Twitter and the YouTube, Facebook, all the cable channels and all that. There's all kinds of different ways to watch and or participate. Again, 7 until 10-ish. Now, tomorrow morning, the Durham County Sheriff's Office, the Animal Services Division, will have their rabies vaccination clinic. This is on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So $10 exact change. And then you call, you make the appointment either between 9:30 and 11 or between 2 and 3:30. Okay, let's see. That is it. Oh, one more thing. Tomorrow, yes, New Visions will be back tomorrow at 12:30 with their grocery giveaway. So if you are in need, don't be embarrassed. They give away great groceries. Just stop by tomorrow at 12:30. Okay, let's check the weather. It's not bad. It's 57. It's cloudy. In fact, I'm surprised it's not raining. We're going to get rain in a few minutes, I'm pretty sure. It's supposed to rain for a couple of hours. It is going up to 61. And then tomorrow, dare I say this? It's going to be 71 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be partly sunny. Just absolute perfection when it comes to doing some gardening. So you know where I will be tomorrow after my show. So anyway, let's bring on there's two people waiting, Guy Artcook and Barb Tomlin. Okay, let us bring them on. Wait, there's a message. Let me check the message first. Oh, Barb is saying Barb is in the house. Let's definitely bring them on for sure. Full house.
Oh.
Hello.
No, I'm not 10.
How are you?
I'm doing great, but this is the first time that I've been a guest since we've had the what are they calling it? I just took a screenshot of it. You know, the titles on with our names. What was that called?
StreamYard.
Yeah, the headline. They call it a headline. Yeah, the
headline. Oh, the new feature. Yes, yes,
right.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's my first time to experience it. And in the lives that I do every week, we don't use the name or the headline on the screen because of.
Oh, okay.
And so it's great to see it. It looks good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
So, Guy's in Washington State, and Barb, you're in.
I'm down at my home in New Mexico right now, and my roof's got a hole in it.
I was just bragging about it being 61. So, is it 91 there?
Oh no, we had snow 2 days ago, and it's still melting off the roof. And we discovered that, and we had our roof redone recently, and we discovered that there is a leak, and it was in the master suite. So what a day on a holiday, and my husband was supposed to get out and play golf.
Yeah. Who are you going to call on President's Day?
Exactly. And so we're already set for a full day tomorrow. What?
Oh, it's President's Day.
Absolutely. And I know that you can't. I did a little research on, let me see if I can find it, because we're all in the same age group. Do you know how many presidents you've had since you were born?
That is such a good question.
Yeah, let me see. For me, and I've had 14 in the time since I've been born.
So who's the earliest president that you remember?
Oh, well, not that the earliest one I remember is Dwight Eisenhower. I went to his home and also went to the White House during the time he was president.
Whoa. Sounds like a story there.
And I also I went when Lyndon Johnson was president.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the President's Day is important to me because I'm a direct descendant from one of our former presidents who was before the list of, there's been 14 presidents since I was born.
Wow.
So, Harry Truman was already in office. He took his last oath of office in 1953. So he was already in office when I was born.
Okay. Now, I do remember President Kennedy, JFK. I remember the day he was assassinated because they sent us all home from school. But I also remember Eisenhower because I remember them making a big deal about him being, what was it, 5-star or 10-star general? 5-star?
My husband is talking in the background. He's overhearing us, and he is one of these real patriotic guys. And he actually has. Let me check that out to be sure. Yes, there's one more
Five-star.
president. He's had 15 presidents in his lifetime.
Wow.
I've had 14. He's had 15. And during my
Okay.
lifetime, there have been 7 Democrats as presidents and 7 Republicans. And
How
I
about that? A balanced
a
life.
Libra, and Libras are all about balance. So I said,
See?
that's the way it is.
Okay. So I remember Eisenhower vaguely. So who do you remember? So Guy, so you probably remember Kennedy and Eisenhower, right?
The thing I remember the most about Kennedy being assassinated, I remember the girl's name even. I was in the 8th grade.
Wow. Yeah.
And when they came, they first announced that he'd been shot, but not that he died, just he'd been shot. We went to lunch and so forth and came back in our next class. And they came on the loudspeaker, the address system, and they said Kennedy had died. She started bawling her eyes out.
Man.
Her name was Christine Gray. And it was like a family member had been shot. I mean, I've never seen anybody get that emotional about anything, but she just lost it. Just like, wow.
It was like that in our whole community. And I was actually, I was living in Ambrosia Lake, New Mexico, which is now, because of the uranium situation, it's underground. They buried it. But my dad was a uranium miner. And so miners had come from all over the country, to get in uranium, but strong supporters because they were, the Kennedys had young children, and they really could relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I do remember Kennedy didn't die right away. I think when we were sent home, we were shouting in the streets that the president has been shot.
Yes.
And the system in Chicago, unlike here where I live now in Durham, you went to your closest neighborhood school. So they just let us out and we just all ran home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can do that nowadays because they either have to be picked up or bused home because a lot of the kids live so far from where they go to school. But yeah, they just let us out of school. We just scampered home.
We were all gathered around the television. I remember that when we got home. And
actually,
neighbors even coming over. And so it was a really rough day.
Yeah, we actually had one of those old circular romper room type TVs. And I remember Pop went out and bought a portable TV so that we could watch what was going on with JFK. And I'm doing air quotes for portable because he was the only person who could lift it, even though it was called portable.
Oh, yeah. The 19-inch portables, they were portable because they had a little handle.
They had a handle, but nobody could lift it.
Yeah.
Except Pop.
Remember it well.
Wow.
Oh, and when you said busing home from school, that was the trigger. When I was in high school in good old Walla Walla, I was 2 blocks from the line, inside of the line. If I lived 2 blocks further away, I would have been able to ride the bus.
Oh, okay.
But because of where my home address was, no bus ride.
So did you walk or ride your bike?
No, I rode with the guy. He was a year ahead of me in high school, so he could drive. And I paid him $2 a week.
Paid?
Oh, yeah. Get him gas money.
Oh, okay.
And so he came down our street, picked me up every morning, and brought me home every night.
Okay. I rode multiple buses, either 2 or 3, depending on which route I took. CTA public buses.
Right.
So we all rode buses in school.
Oh yeah. For high school, for me. Yeah, for up to 8th grade, of course, we went to like I said, the neighborhood schools.
Well, the last time I rode a bus to school was when we lived in England. Ooh. And there was an Air Force patrolman or soldier, I guess you call him, that rode the bus with us. We were American kids, didn't want to get hijacked, or kidnapped. And that's when I learned the word fag. That means a cigarette in England. In England, it's called a fag. So the bus driver said to the soldier, "Do you have a fag?" And we all went, "Oh, she said the F word. Oh my gosh." We went home from school.
Oh my God.
Mom, guess what the bus driver said today? She said fag out loud. And we went, "That's terrible, isn't it?" No, that's okay. That just means a cigarette. So we were totally informed at that point. They always give you this list of words. When you go to another country, your dad comes home from the base and he's got this list of words. Don't say these words. They mean cuss words in England and so forth. But we never heard the word fag. And the only thing we knew was that was a slang term for gay people, that you didn't say it, right? It was like a bad word. So we were pretty shocked about that. Pretty shocked.
That's cute. When I was working at Sergeant Lundy, we had a British summer intern. And he said, "I'm going to pop downstairs and get a packet of fags." We said, "Please don't say that."
Yeah, right.
Ask for cigarettes, please.
Yeah.
So, but he didn't know. And I love how they pop everywhere. I'm going to pop to the store and pop downstairs. It's so cute. I love this.
There's a lot of words in England, English words, that don't mean what they do in America.
I don't know where lorry came from for truck.
Do you know what the boot is?
The boot is the front of the car, the back of the car.
Yeah, that's the trunk of your car. What you call the trunk, what I've always called the trunk, they call the boot. If they said, "I'm going to go in the boot," and I'm thinking of like Wellingtons, rubber boots. I'm going, why would you get anything out of a boot?
I forget, what do they call the hood, the front? Because that's something else too. The hood and the the boot and the
bonnet.
Bonnet. That is so cute.
I had to think back. I lived in England in 1960, so my recollection is a little vague.
Oh, Rebecca is saying bonnet. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I think this is a jumper, and my sneakers are trainers, and my jeans are. They have a different word for jeans.
Now imagine this though. When we left England, because we lived in a village, right? Not on the base. When we left England, we had a big hot dog roast. Dad built a big fire out in the backyard, and we had all the English kids came over. They had never seen a hot dog, ever. It was like off planet. Never heard of it.
Well, I know in France they'll give you a sausage if you ask for a hot dog.
Yeah, they had sausages, but not hot dogs.
Yeah, not hot dogs. And Rebecca, I think dungarees is right. And I think dungaree, when you think about it, it sounds like it's an Indian word from India. And I know my New York friends don't say jeans; they say dungarees even now. Of course, I mean, in my age group, I don't know about the young people in New York, but yeah, dungarees. I have to look that up because this sounds like it's from India. It really does. Dungaree.
So did you make a goal for today? Because new Monday, new week, all that mantra.
I have several goals. I'm trying to restrain myself from going outside and gardening right now because I actually signed up to do some freelance work for Senior Pharmacists, local nonprofit. And I need to be concentrating on that, and it's going to be hard when it's going to be so beautiful this week. I think it's going up to 80 on Thursday.
Oh, we've got another cold snap coming. I think Thursday it's going to be in the 30s.
Let's see.
Let me look just a second.
Let me check, because I think, let's see. So
weather.com.
This isn't working. Oh, there it is. So tomorrow 71, Wednesday 72, Thursday 79, Friday 65. What happened? Oh, 48 on Saturday. What did we do wrong? Oh, it's going to rain too. Not only is it going to be 48, it's going to rain on Saturday. That sounds kind of miserable. Wow. But no worries, because like I said, Thursday 79. I can't brag because it's not my doing, but I do tend to get excited.
Yeah,
So,
it gets a little warmish, but I just did I'm trying to see where the 10-day forecast. Yeah,
yeah, look for that while I ask Barb. Is it
I-
hot balloon season just yet, or is it not warm enough?
Well, it's ballooning season year round because it's an international sport. So it just
Oh,
depends on where it's at. But we actually had that just concluded yesterday a ballooning event in Kanab, Utah, in the USA. And there were a
okay.
couple outside the USA as well, but there's ballooning going on year round. And in fact, some of the balloon pilots from the New Mexico area just came back from
Mhm.
Taiwan, I think it was. I'm not
Wow.
mistaken. But definitely it's all over the world, so it's always ballooning season. Yeah.
I'll be checking your Facebook ballooning page because Rebecca is saying Adrienne Medoc ballooning talk here now. Oh, do you know Rebecca, Barb?
Yeah, I know Rebecca.
Oh, okay, because he's talking about ballooning. I don't know too many people who know about ballooning.
Well, my group
I
is
was,
called Balloon Talk, is the name of the group on Facebook,
okay,
where we do all of that. Yeah, for sure.
I want to go up on one day. One day, I would love to go up on in a balloon. That
You
would be so
should.
wild.
You should.
Woo!
You
One
definitely
day.
should. So listen, both of you in our age group, we already two things have happened. One, Facebook has just announced this um, Meta Verified service. It's
Oh
a
yeah.
subscription service they're going to be passing out. And so if you're over a certain age, I won't be specific, but it just says when you reach the senior level, when you get
Mm-hmm.
the senior designation, so that could be from 50 on, I think, is what they're calling senior now. You would
Okay.
think for all that we've done in our lifetime, and I know that, I mean, Guy was on the internet forever. We've been
Yeah.
here for a long time. I mean, they wouldn't have these tools today if we hadn't have done what we did
Mm-hmm.
and been active participants. It does not seem fair that seniors should, whatever any fee-based thing is, that we should have to pay the same fee as this main going rate for the same
Yeah.
services. We should always, after a certain age, get our services discounted, if not comped. I'm sorry, but that's how I weigh in on this. But
or
to
I
you
think
can
I
that,
just quit it
I have no
altogether
problem with
and
that.
go to Reddit.
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's a situation of some of us are more geeky than others. Some of us are not into technology at all. And I
Yeah.
do have family members who are not into technology but have made their way to Facebook. The same
Mm-hmm.
way with class. I mean, as you get older, you also look back over time and you say, where are the people I went to college with? Where are the people I went to high school with? And so forth and
Mm-hmm.
so on. And I've managed to reconnect with those who are surviving and some of the past since I've been there on Facebook. So,
Awesome.
and that's initially when we all connected, it was with friends and then family, because
Mm-hmm.
it started with the high school college kids really being attracted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's another tool. It's a tool for us. It's a communications tool, and it has reached the point of maturity. The tool has, but the personnel needs to reach the same level. I think we have some
Yeah.
issues there. And I think
Yeah.
that one of the things, I don't know about you guys, but when I announced what my age milestone birthday was, all of a sudden, all of my notifications were like cut in half. And I really felt picked on. I mean, because
Oh,
you
wait a
know
minute.
that I'm in some Facebook circles that are run by Facebook staff and so forth. And I'm like,
Wait a
there
minute.
are other leaders in those groups that um, are also in my age group, and we're all saying the same thing. You know, it's almost as if there's a number, a magic number, where
Oh
notifications
my
are
God.
even more. And the tough side of that is we have more time to actually communicate online.
Yeah.
We have done these things, and so we could be carrying that. So it's kind of like I keep looking back to those Motel 6 ads where they said, you know, we'll leave the light on. Whenever
Oh yeah, leave it right on
you
for.
go wherever you have to
Mm.
go. When you come back, we always leave our light on, you know, and it's like the whole thing
Yeah,
is,
and
I'm
yeah, because
sorry.
when it comes to seniors, we have the time, and a lot of us, not all of us, but have, you know, extra spare money floating. You know what I mean? We can afford to goof around, and you know,
Well,
a
the
lot of
knowledge
times.
base is there too. I mean, some of us went to formal education, some of us learned it on the job through life
Mhm,
experiences, but that means that we can lend more, a broader spectrum in communication and in conversations online. So you would
exactly.
think that, I mean, you know, there's lots of positives and negatives about Elon Musk, but he does listen to multiple ages. He's not specifically hooked on one age.
Okay.
I mean, he's looking at the demographics very closely. And
Hmm.
I think the same thing on Facebook is that, you know, they don't want people younger, too young of people to get on from a safety factor, but they also are being, in my opinion, and I don't want to use the discrimination word, but it just seems like they are not being respectful of those who came before them. You know,
Yeah. And I mean, people, and I hear a lot of, or rather read a lot of comments in YouTube. They'll say, yeah, this sounds like a boomer who doesn't know anything about technology. It's like the assumption is that we're all just kind of wandering around just hopelessly clueless about technology. Although when you think about it, I would think that most inventions, although I'm sure a lot of the new stuff is being discovered by young people. But back in the day, wouldn't most of the inventors of the internet and things that are connected to the internet, wouldn't that have been designed by boomers?
absolutely,
I would think.
absolutely. I was, you know,
What do you think we've been doing all this
the
time?
I look at because I was a boomer and I look where all of the people around me and they're even in the generations before, that was the
Mhm.
big thing, leading edge. It's like right now we are the leading edge generation for artificial intelligence because we're at, you
I,
know, we're at
I
the
think
very
so.
beginning of that. But
Mhm.
uh, the situation is that in each generation there are uh, you know, a certain portion of the demographics is more attracted to technology than not.
Mhm.
I mean, that's why we have so many programs trying to inspire the younger generation to
Yeah,
actually
I
embrace
think
technology.
I think when it comes to technology, though, for people in the senior category, it was what you were able to get exposed to. Because now the internet is ubiquitous. I mean, it's everywhere. It doesn't mean everybody has access to it, but I think everybody knows about it. Where, like in my situation, I have friends that went to Ivy League schools, and everybody had a computer. Whereas I went to a very small H8, what is it, historic black HB, anyway. I went to Talladega College.
Hmm.
And I think we had in our computer class, we had one computer. And a lot of us, when we got into the workplace, some of us had a head start. Others in my age group, I remember, had to get trained. In fact, even my friend Blanche, who went to an Ivy League school, I remember she had to go to a training to get up to speed about the internet. Because even though most of us, I guess, who went to college in my age group had an introduction, we graduated in, I guess, college 77, 78. And the internet wasn't quite, what was it, those news, what do you call those things, those news boards?
The bulletin boards or Usenet?
Yeah.
That's even
Yeah, those have been invented, but not the internet as we know it.
Yeah, in 77, you would have had a bulletin board system.
Yeah, and I remember those.
The commercial internet is what you're talking about, when the internet was commercialized, because I was on before that, and from EDU and government side, you know, and like what Guy in mentioning the bulletin boards, that's what, I was one of the pioneers in that phase.
All right.
Online communication. But Facebook groups, for instance, reminds me very much of the bulletin board. And in the bulletin, because it's the communication, when we look at it even today on Facebook, pages or in our groups, they want text comes first. The image or the video is added second. It's real important to not just have an image or a video. It needs to be followed by or introduced by text. And back in those days, in the pioneering days, we just yearned for the ability to do that.
Yeah.
I said, I could show you. It'd be so much faster if I could just include an image. And we couldn't communicate with each other real time, is what we call it. So that just like you and I and Guy are chatting here right now, that's really us. And we can communicate back and forth, respond immediately. And back then, you would put text on the screen and you would be waiting at the computer to see if there was a response. Right.
I really wish, Barb and Guy, I wish there was some kind of a forum. I wish I could just sit and just listen to your story, about internet. I really wish I could just hear your entire story from start to finish about the internet one day. I might have to invite each of you on when I bring back my interview show, my formal interview show on Sundays. I want to just sit and listen to your story.
Now, when you do the interview show, the question that first popped in my head was, do you send out questions that we can pick from, or do you just off the cuff do it?
It's off the cuff of what I usually do, because a lot of people are nervous about being interviewed and they don't want to look caught off guard, by any question. I usually tell them that I'm going to ask you about this and that, but I don't write down formal questions, because sometimes a statement that you make might spark a different question.
Well, the thing you said about nervous, the way I take the edge off of the interview is to let them pick the questions that I'm going to ask them. So they know ahead of time. There's no blindsided, hey, how many watts is your power supply questions? They already know I'm going to ask.
Yeah, I let them know what we'll be talking about, and that always takes the edge off, so that's fine.
Well, it's funny.
I don't write it down.
It's funny you should mention that, because when everybody started scattering to Discord and all of Reddit and all these other things, and I'm like, wait a minute, I've been there, done this thing a million times, and one community here, one community there. It doesn't make a community. There are communication tools. Community, the people. And I had subscribed to your YouTube channel a long time ago. That. And we were all, we got to get on there, and we got to see what we can do with YouTube live. Well, I actually lost 2 of my subscribers, and they probably passed away. I have 76. And I had 78 for several years because I wasn't paying attention to my YouTube channel. I only use it for testing and archiving videos.
Okay.
And then about, I have it in my community tab on YouTube about when I discovered I had the tab. So just recently, I discovered I had that community tab. And I don't even have 100 subscribers, but I think they like turned it out. All of a sudden, they invited me to use it. And I have all these
Okay.
other tools behind the scenes. And I said, you know, with everybody going here and there and everywhere, they're saying the numbers on YouTube just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so my feeling was,
I'm looking
so
forward
the
to
first
that.
thing I said to myself was, well, why not build a community on YouTube? That's
Why
where your
not
videos
indeed?
are. I mean, that's where your videos are anyway. So in my
Yeah.
community tab, I just started adding, because like if I participate in, if I'm watching something like right now, I'm focused on Chat GPT, and I think all the entries but one are Chat GPT, because you can share, like I can share your video here on there, and you can
Yeah.
actually create, you know, say, oh, I met with Patricia and Guy today, and I've known them forever, blah, blah, blah. You know, I mean, you can have an actual post on there and
That's a
add the
good
video
idea.
and the image, and it's open to, I mean, it is up to you, but it can be open to comments.
I
Now,
like.
and you say, well, why do you do that, Barb? Well, Google is picking that up in their search engine. So, so even if Microsoft is really whiz bang in what it's doing with Bing and ChatGPT, they
Hmm.
have to, everything that they focus on has to be accessible through the internet. They are not
Hmm.
going to ignore YouTube. And
Good
we
point.
all know that YouTube has been out there ahead of the game forever. And so
True. So,
it's,
so not everybody has the community part
I don't
feature.
know on that because I haven't been paying attention, Patricia, because I've been
I don't
focused.
think I do.
I di- what I heard was is that you had to have 1,000 subscribers to be
Oh,
eligible for
okay.
it.
Never mind.
Then
Okay.
initially when we beta tested it, you had to have 100, but they, because of who I was, blah blah blah, you know, they had
Hmm.
always let me in on things early, and I
Yeah.
could have had that tab there a while and not even known about it because I hadn't even visited my YouTube channel because I wasn't posting
Gee.
videos,
Okay.
and
Hmm.
I was watching videos, and then I thought, sometimes I'm on YouTube and I see the greatest videos on YouTube. I really do.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
been being written about recently. And I thought, if more people are going to YouTube versus turning on the television for a well-known network station,
Hmm.
they're making their choice about what they watch. Why not let them know what I watch? Because I could hit a hot
Good
button
point.
in what I'm sharing. So,
Good point.
um,
Because I just discovered this young lady who's Chinese. Now, I've been watching videos about China where these two white guys drive around and show us the China that's not shown, you know, the China supposedly they don't want us to see, just put it that way.
mhm.
And they show another side of China, but then there's a young lady who is actually Chinese. And instead of standing around and showing us things and criticizing the country, there's nothing wrong with that. After all, that's why I watch. I want to see what they have to say about China. But seeing the wonderful storytelling where this young lady actually talks to people because she's actually Chinese and she speaks the language and she's in their homes and showing us another version of the real China, if you know what I mean. And it's
Mhm.
beautiful storytelling. I would love for more people to see her because she is speaking. I mean, you have to read the subtitles and whatnot. And it's beautiful storytelling. That's the kind of thing that I would share if I had
Yeah.
a community because the storytelling is beautiful and it's interesting. It's not like the two white gentlemen are wrong, but it's like they're from the outside showing us something that maybe even Chinese people don't get to see. But on the other hand, to see it from the inside is another interesting point of view. And yeah, I love good storytelling.
Yeah.
I
Well,
shared my screen of the weather, just to interrupt you, but you were talking about how warm it's going to be. I got a quick look at the next 5 days.
57,
It's going to drop down Wednesday to 36.
Oh,
For the high is 36, and the low
your
is going to
high?
be 17 at night, 16 at
Okay.
night, 19 at night. It's going to be pretty brisk. I said to Darlene, I said, I'm sure glad I got them saddle blanket shirts.
Yeah, you still need to have that flannel out there.
Yeah.
Well,
You can
it's
have
still
flannel like I
winter,
got
so
on now, but this is lightweight flannel. This is 50-degree flannel.
okay.
It's just more for show than for go. But the saddle blanket shirts, you could wear them as a jacket.
I got you.
They're nice and thick. Anyway,
I got you.
One of my part-time jobs is I'm the dog doorman, because we still haven't got
for
the
your
pet door
puppies.
installed. And they're scratching. They need to go
Okay.
outside.
You gotta go let them out.
Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely, Guy. And Barb, I hope your puppies are doing well.
They are loving it here at the home in Albuquerque because it has, well, obviously has more square footage, but they can just run all over the place. So inside, and then of course we have a different kind of property here, so they have a fenced yard too. So yeah, they really are enjoying it. But I know that they miss the snow. It was real obvious when we got the snow. It was like, yeah, like Christmas had come for them. You know, they were just because in Oregon we get it. You know, since they came to me, you know, in late October of the year, and so we started having snow in November, and when they were puppies, and they loved being out on the deck. Remember, I had the little dog house and stuff, and we all watched them when we were live streaming.
Which one is it that loves the water so much? Loves the river, the creek?
Arthur. King Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
and they're both adults now, but and it's been quite an adventure here, and they're both more centered around me here than my husband because of, you know, it's like it isn't our place, you know, or they don't recognize it as it being their home. But anyway, we're having a good time. But I'm excited about what AI can do for us as live streamers in particular. And I did want to just, you said about what you were thinking of doing. You can plan that out on ChatGPT. You can even plan your questions out and from that transcript be able to create articles and so forth. So think about it. I'm having an absolute blast with it.
So you have had experience with AI?
Oh yeah, I've been beta testing stuff for a year in the no, longer than a year, but 18 months I think is when I got tabbed to say to pay attention to it. But the thing is that I got onto ChatGPT on December the 8th. And it had been on since November the 30th. It had been open. And I was invited to go the day it opened, and I was like, I don't have time for this. And then not another new thing at my age. Do I need that?
I'm curious about it. I'm curious because last year when I went to LA to attend the Online News Association annual conference, there were companies there that were approaching journalists about AI and about giving them signing contracts to allow them to help them with the writing duties. And yeah, it sounds intriguing. Like they would, for example, they would write local stories. I guess they use some kind of prompts or keywords or something. And then they write articles somehow.
Right, exactly.
So
I have
it sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think you have to wrap your show up, but maybe we can come in. I can bring you into the BTS Live group if you want to show you that.
Yes.
I've got the browser
Yeah.
open. I'm in there every single day. One day, in last Friday, I wrote
Mhm.
rough drafts of 2 books that
Oh.
one day. And in
Mm.
that same day, and that was only in from the about, I think it was about 12:30, and I said I'm going to cut off for today. And
Mhm.
I just want to see, I just want to dink around with it and see if I can do this. And I asked it I first played with chat, and then I learned about chat prompt templates. And I ended up finding what I needed, and I created a 15 chapter book, 2 of them, plus
Wow.
a course, plus courses, plus scripts to use on YouTube to introduce them, all in that, it was
Mm.
probably about 6 hours of time. I was
I am
totally blown
very
away.
interested.
I could hardly sleep that night, and
I
I
am
still
very
got up.
interested, Barb.
Well, when
Yeah.
you shut down, I mean, I'm more than happy to fire up StreamYard and do that in the group. But it's really amazing what can be done.
I
Absolutely.
will take you up on that offer for sure
All
because I
righty.
am very interested.
Well, it's so good to catch up with you again. And I did
Nice
catch
seeing
you
you.
today solely because you were on YouTube and I had subscribed to your YouTube channel.
Oh,
And
thank you.
you know that I've always been there for you on Facebook. However, I didn't get any notifications. And when I came and I thought, oh my, I wonder if she's still having people come in to chat after her show.
Always,
And so there
always.
was nothing on YouTube about it. And so I went to Facebook and I
Hmm.
found it there. I
Okay.
found the link there. And so I closed out of that, and that's how I was able to come in. So,
Okay. Yeah, because there's no. So yeah. So the announcement is only on Facebook,
and
and
I
as
still
far as
think
you,
that's safer. I do believe
yeah,
that's safe.
yeah. Because with YouTube, I just suddenly pop up
Anybody,
at
yeah.
night, which
Well,
is
and
the way I
anybody
want to.
from and we've done, the old days and Google Hangouts and stuff, and who could pop in and so forth and so on. And at least
Yeah.
way, if you're working at both ways with Facebook and YouTube, you can pretty much glean that quite a bit and know the
Yeah.
people that you know.
Did
So
you know that Jitsi still exists?
what? I didn't
Did
hear.
you know that Jitsi still exists? It's from like the 80s or 90s. It's a European like Google Plus Hangout. And it's super duper
I knew it.
old school. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Jitsi, and you can join via phone or anywhere you want. It's free,
Hmm.
and it's really old. I think it's probably the oldest um, Zoom like live streaming like Google Plus Hangout like app out there. It's probably the oldest.
Yeah,
But
it's
like I
open
said,
source. Yeah.
it's from Europe,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's from the Europe
most of it.
side.
But
Yeah.
so yeah, check it
Wow.
out one day.
Yeah. Yeah. I when I Googled it, then I remembered you're calling it Jitsi. Is that
I
what you
think it's
said?
JITSI.
It's
I think it is.
JIT. Yeah.
Yeah.
JIT.
Mhm. Yeah.
SI. So
Super old school.
yeah, well, it's so good to catch up with you. And I
Definitely.
will.
And we'll talk again real soon, I hope.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop by
Yes, ma'am. Thank
anytime. And I'm looking forward when you get back to your home state. I love seeing your vista, with the just your
I
beautiful.
miss my home. Our son is there. He's
Mhm.
there full time. He's working on his PhD, and
Ooh, okay.
so. But we should be heading out the first week of May back to home up there. So
Okay.
looking
Okay.
forward to
Looking
that.
forward to your beautiful
Yes, me
daily
too.
broadcast
Yes,
or whenever you
and howdy
plan to
to
do
all
it.
the folks in North Carolina. It's a beautiful state. Thanks again,
Yeah.
Patricia.
Well, thank you, Barb. And I'll see you soon. That was always fun to hear from Guy and also to hear from Barb. You can also join in. I do this every weekday at noon. And then on Saturdays, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. for Bull City Hangout. And I think that's pretty much it. It's still not raining. Let me check my app because we're supposed to be getting rain at 1 o'clock. Let's see. Let me click on hourly. I guess they changed it. Yeah, it looks like they changed it. So I guess let me go to my other weather app and click on hourly. Let's see. Oh, it looks like it's not going to rain. Oh, okay. So if it does rain today, so they changed the forecast. So if it does rain today, it will be around 5 o'clock. So they moved it all the way up to 5 o'clock. There you go. And then it's not going to rain tonight at all. Then tomorrow it's going to be partly sunny, no rain, and 71 tomorrow. So with that, have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.